This is the FX30, one of the most capable and budget-friendly cinema cameras in its class. And in this video, I'll walk you through some of my favorite settings that have helped me experience the best of this camera and hopefully help you do the same.
Do something cool! How was that, bro?
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to yet another video. My name is Nabil Qasim, and on this channel, I talk everything photography and filmmaking. And if you like what you see today, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Now, let's hop right into it. Let me start with some basic things that you'll just want to set and forget. So the first thing you'll want to do is check the firmware version by heading to the yellow setup suitcase page, and from there going to setup option where you can see the version that your camera is running on. At the time of this video, the latest version that's out for the FX30 is version 4.0. And for your convenience, I'll drop the link down in the description of this video below so you can head straight to the Sony support page where you can find the latest firmware update and detailed step-by-step instructions on how to actually install the update. Next, we're going to want to go to the shooting menu with the red camera, and we're going to want to change our file naming settings. So for that, we'll click on File, and then we'll go to File Settings. And from here, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you'll find an option for Title Name Settings, where you can type in anything you want. I've set this to say FX30 to identify this specific camera that I'm shooting on. Now I can go to the file name format and select the option for date and title. So this will give me a preview down at the bottom showing me that my files will now be named with the date, the name of the camera model that I'm shooting on, and the series number. This comes in really handy when you're working on a project that has files shot on multiple cameras and you need to be able to quickly identify which camera or angle the file was shot on. Now moving on, a game changer feature that many amateurs do not take advantage of is the memory recall function. This allows you to save dialed in camera settings like frame rate, exposure, focus modes, and color profiles to a dedicated custom mode that's selectable in the mode menu. For example, I have a recall mode set for 30 frames per second, one for 60 frames per second, and the third is set for 120 frames per second, so I can quickly switch between these frame rates. Another way of wielding this powerful feature is to vary the exposure and color settings for different lighting situations, or to set different focus modes depending on the subject that you're shooting. So for this setting, what you'll want to do is dial in all of the settings that you want to save to that recall mode. Then you'll go to Menu, and in the shooting mode section, you'll go to Camera Set Memory, and from there you can select either 1, 2, or 3 to save those settings to the memory recall. Then what you can do is go to Mode and select either MR1, MR2, or MR3 depending on which one you saved it to. In other cameras like the Sony a7 IV, this is a really great feature where you can have these memory recalls set for both your photo mode and your video mode. Super useful feature, especially when you're in a hybrid shooting type of situation. Once we've set our memory recall modes, then we can go into the setup menu again and find Operation Customize. And here you'll find a bunch of menu sets that are going to let you customize all of the different buttons and the function menu within your camera. This will allow you to make all of the settings that are very important to you for shooting very accessible, so that you don't have to mess around with the complicated menu system and digging through to find the right setting. You can have them at your fingertips using the buttons or through the function menu on the screen. So that's what the custom key / dial set menus are for, as well as the function menu settings. And I can spend a whole video talking just about how I've set my button layout out for video recording and how I've set the function menu to help facilitate my workflow. If you're interested in seeing that, please leave me a comment down below in the comment section. I'll be happy to make that one of my next videos. Also, in the setup menu, we can go to monitor, and here we can change our monitor brightness to be manual and set the brightness to +2. This is going to make it so that even when you're shooting outside and you're in a very bright light, that your monitor is still pretty easy to see. This monitor is still pretty small, so if you have a full rig and have an external monitor, that's probably going to do you a lot more good. But if you're only shooting with just the camera and no external monitor, you have to rely on the built-in monitor, then this is going to be your next best option. So you can go in there and change the monitor brightness to be +2. Similarly, if you wanted to customize further, you can also set the display quality from standard to high. This will end up spending your battery a little bit quicker, but it could be worth it to make sure that you are sure that you have the right focus and the right exposure settings. Now, finally, the last setting that's newer in this version 4.0 is the ability to set a default USB connection mode. And I found this to be very helpful in my workflow, because when I plug the USB into the camera, I don't have to go on the camera and select which mode I want it to connect with. So with this, I can default it to the USB mass storage so that it automatically connects my camera to my computer for file downloads. And that removes a step in that whole process, making my workflow that much more smoother. So that is all for the settings that I've found to be very useful in making my workflow a little bit easier. I hope this helps you. I've only scratched the surface of all of the settings that are available to you within this camera, and I really just wanted to focus on the settings that are going to help make your workflow a little bit more convenient and just getting your camera set up and going. So I hope this was helpful to you, and if there's more that you want to see regarding these settings, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Once again, I appreciate you for watching this video, and I hope to see you back here for more. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you made it this far in the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.